Good evening, Transformers, and welcome to another Transformative Conversation live stream. We're glad to have you here with us. And this is a special occasion. This is a beautiful occasion. It's a beautiful occasion. Momentous, actually. If you don't know, don't be caught off guard. I don't want anybody who's out there who's listening to this stream, listening to the sound of my voice, to say that they didn't know what was happening. Because it's happening regardless if you're ready or not. You know the old song with Lauryn Hill, ready or not, here I come, you can't hide. Oh yeah. That's very appropriate for what's happening in this cosmic shift. My name is Sameon. I'm the transformation leader and founder of One Transformation Center, who sponsors this stream, that sponsors these conversations that we're having. You know, it's important that we have these conversations too, because it gives us the opportunity to be aware, to be in tune, to be engaged. There's nothing like being caught off guard or not taking advantage of the opportunities that are available to us, the energy that's available to us, not tapping in, tuning in, and getting that support that we need. Now, I know a lot of people say, there's some hocus pocus, nobody wants to believe in astrology, nobody believes in all this stuff, even though we know for a fact that there's planets, and those planets have different energetic powers. We do believe in the sun and the energy the sun has and how it serves on our behalf. We also believe in the moon and how the moon shines every night, and if it disappears, we're going to be wondering what's going on. We also know about the eclipses and how in a solar eclipse, how the moon dwarfs the sun, hides the sun, and the sun is able to be seen. In a lunar eclipse, how the moon is hidden by the sun. But do we understand the energies that exist with that? Do we understand the significance that has occurred? You know, I'm a believer that in all thy getting, get an understanding. Get an understanding. If you don't get one, we can't blame anybody but ourselves. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to tap in, tune in. But just take a minute. If you're coming to the stream, just go ahead and like the stream, whether you're listening to the live stream or the replay. Take a minute and like it. Let us know where you're tapping in from, where you're tuning in from, where you're listening to. We like to see how broad our reach is. Because our motto here at One Transformation Center is to inspire, motivate, and heal lives and relationships across the globe. So let's see where you are across the globe. Well, for all of you who don't know, there's been some interesting things that have been happening here in the last 9 days. It's going to become even more interesting in the next 9 days. And so what's happening? You say, what's happening, Sameon? What's really going on? Well, after midnight tonight, there's a solar eclipse that's occurring. There's a solar eclipse that's occurring, compiled with a new moon. I'll say it again. It's a solar eclipse that's occurring, compiled with a new moon. For those who don't know, this is April the 19th, 2023. Beginning after midnight here on the East Coast, which will be the 20th of April. There is there is a new solar eclipse. A solar eclipse is happening. And for the West Coast, for the Pacific, it'll actually be on the 19th, because it'll still be the 19th with the 3-hour difference. So a little after midnight, this eclipse will occur, and it will become very dark outside. Very, very, very dark. And so what will happen is the moon will pass between the sun and the earth, casting a shadow on our planet and creating a momentary blackout of the sun's light. Now you may say, well, the sun's not out anyways. It's dark outside. It's nighttime, so what's the sun got to do? What's that have to do with anything? Why is the sun even important? Well, we don't realize the sun never stops shining. It's just the rotation of the earth allows the sun to be seen on certain areas at certain time. But the sun still exists. But in this particular moment, what's happening is the sun itself is playing hide and go seek behind the moon. So there will be this darkness that occurs that will cast this shadow. Now, just for you who do not know, why is this a big deal? Because this event is incredibly rare. It's an awe-inspiring. I will be up for it. I will be looking at it. Might even do a live on it real quick just to show it. But it's a rare and awe-inspiring sight that has been observed and recorded by people for thousands of years. In astrology, a new moon marks the beginning of a new lunar cycle and represents new beginnings, fresh starts, and chances to set new intentions. With the combination of a new moon and a solar eclipse, it magnifies the energy and provides a potent opportunity to set powerful intentions and manifest transformation in our lives. Now, tonight we will explore the spiritual, emotional, and psychological effects of this solar eclipse and the new moon. We will discuss the potent impact that it will have on our individual and collective consciousness. And we will use this energy to make positive changes in our lives and the world around us. The solar eclipse and new moon provides us an opportunity to connect with ourselves and the universe in a profound way. By coming together to discuss this event, we can deepen our understanding of its significance and explore how we can use this energy to enhance our growth and evolution. Overall, this is going to be a powerful conversation. And I hope you find your way to engage with us so we can make it even more magnetic. But it will be powerful and enlightening and will help us to tap into our profound energy of the solar eclipse and new moon of the April 19th, 20th, 2023. So join us as we explore the potential for growth, transformation, and healing during this cosmic event. So, let's talk about this. And I'll drop the link for anybody who wants to come in and have a discussion and get in on this conversation, because it is one that's sure to be very engaging. Give me a second to be in the chat. There you go. The link's in the chat. However, this new moon and the solar eclipse is occurring in the sign of Aries. Now, most of us understand that the Aries, which is my sign, is a fire sign known for its passion, courage, and assertiveness. And this energy would be amplified during this time. I want you to hear that. The Aries energy, which is governed by the planet Mars, will be amplified during this next 9 days. Now you say, what energy is that? It's the energy of passion, courage, and assertiveness. And it will be amplified during these next 9 days. So don't sit on your hands. Take full advantage of it. Take full advantage of it. Now, later on in the stream, we'll talk about how this will affect us individually within our own rising signs, right? We'll talk about how it would benefit you directly depending on what month you were born in. So we'll get to that shortly. So don't go anywhere until you know that information so you know how to capitalize on this. Now, the solar eclipse, it'll form a conjunction with Uranus, which is the planet of change, revolution, and sudden insights. I'm gonna say that again. During this time, with the solar eclipse, it is partnering with the planet of Uranus, which is the planet of change, revolution, and sudden insights. And I want you to remember those. Those are 3 key words that I want you to remember as we go through this stream, as we have this conversation. Now, this alignment suggests that we may experience unexpected changes, breakthroughs, and revelations that can lead to significant personal growth and transformation. Now, it's interesting for me because some of you know that I'm putting the finishing touches on my manuscript, which is talking about transformation, and is really the power of magnanimous manifestation. And everything that we're experiencing is all up and through this book. And so I just found that to be significantly ironic, not even paying attention to the energies that were coming and just how succinct that I have been with this energy. Not to mention I am an Aries, so this is my season, and the energy already exists within me anyways, right? But many of us are out here and we've been asking and desiring some significant changes in our lives. We look around the world, we look around the country here in the United States, and we said, man, this got to change. So something has to give. We can't continue to operate in this capacity. Something has to give now. Well, that something is occurring. It's occurring. After midnight tonight, you'll begin to see it. If you've been paying attention, you've been able to see it coming along. It's been conspiring for a minute, but it's about to really happen in a significant way, something that will blow your absolute mind. There's some breakthroughs that we've been really needing to get through. There's some things that have been holding on to us. Now, I usually like to say there's some things we've been holding on to. However, there's some things that have been holding on to us that have its tentacles within us, and we just, for some reason, we're unable to detach. I'm here to share with you that detachment is happening with this cycle. It's occurring. So give thanks for that you're being set free, you're being emancipated from whatever that was holding you back and preventing you from operating in your greatness. That's being removed here in the next couple of hours over the next 9 days. There's some revelations that are going to come about that's going to allow you to get a better understanding of who you are, whose you are, and why you're here, how you are to be of service, how you are here to have an impact on the world around you, whether it's just in your family, in your local community, in your city, your state, your nation. Be very aware and available to receive the insight that will grant you the ability to go forth and move beyond where you currently are. And again, all this is going to lead towards your personal growth and transformation. We're transforming So many of us say, man, well, I've been going through so much, man. Well, I'm here to assure you that you've been going through so that you can come through. And many of you are going through for the ability to help others to come through. It isn't even personal for you. It's really because you have the power and the impact, and you have the clout that other people look to you. And as they see you coming through this, you can be able to help them to shift and transition from where they are to where they're supposed to be, to that space that's been set up for them, that new home, the new opportunities, the new realities that have been escaping them that they now are going to be able to go to simply because you showed up to be available, allowing them to be able to transition through based upon your experience, based upon your leadership, your guidance. I'm a true believer that when we show up, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. I'm going to say that again. When we show up, we unconsciously give other people the permission to do the same. So that's why I encourage you to stay the course. Show up, be present, be aware, because there's others who are watching you. And if you don't play your role, then you're doing not only yourself a disservice, but also those who look to you for insight, for guidance. Whether they say it to you, they tell you or not, whether you're conscious of it or not, there's somebody watching you, whether it's your children, your spouse, your siblings, maybe even your parents. It could be your neighbors, your associates on your job. Somebody's watching you, looking for insight, looking towards you as their direct connection, their reflection of who God is, who the Creator is. That gives them permission to show up and be the best part of themselves, the best version of themselves, to be that extension and reflection of the Creator themselves. So this is going to be a time. This is definitely a time for innovation, for creativity, and for thinking outside the box. So I hope you're ready. Get your pens and pads out and be able to utilize this energy. There's something that you've been wanting to do, wanting to achieve. Now is going to be the best time to achieve it, to move in that space, to fulfill it, to see it actualize. Take the chains, take the shackles off, remove the limits, allow yourself to be available to the sources and the flow that's available for you. Let me ask you a question. Is it better for you to swim against the current or go with the current? Which is better for you? I, for one, choose to flow with the current. So if that's the case, why wouldn't you take advantage of the energy that is setting you up for innovation, creativity, and for solutions and ideas that are outside the norm, that are outside the box, that accelerate you and position you to see the reality, the actualization of what it is that you desire to see manifest. Furthermore, the solar eclipse will also form a square aspect with Pluto, which is the planet of power, transformation, and rebirth. I had a conversation yesterday, and someone who I tremendously respect, who allowed me to share with them in the moments that I was not operating in my best self. And they shared with me that they're going through a depression. And I knew it already just by the signs of it. Of being very lethargic, very unfocused, not really having the motivation to do much, feeling irrelevant, feeling stuck and stagnant. I know the symptoms well. I experienced it myself. And what I shared with them is this. Depression, from a metaphysical perspective, is simply the reflection of you depressing something within yourself that really desires to get out. that really desires to be expressed. So if you find yourself in this space of depression, even if you look at it financially, when we're saying we're in a depression, that just means that there's no money being spent, that everybody's holding onto their money. We're in a depressed state. When you see things are in a recession, it means everything, the flow is slowed down. So it's the same thing when it comes down to us mentally and socially and psychologically. That means that there's something being depressed within us. Not an emotion, it's not even a thought. It's a something, it's a very important portion of who we are that feels like it can't breathe and it needs oxygen. And if we can get to the very source of that, then we free ourselves from that space. We feel a sense of peace that we've been longing for. Well, this time is allowing us to remove that depressed state. This time is allowing us to be rebirthed, to be transformed. This time is allowing us, and this connection and alignment with the planet Pluto is empowering us. It's giving us a battery in our backs, charged us up so that we can go forth and be that which we've been called to be in this moment. Now, I have to be clear. This alignment can trigger some intense emotions. And it may feel like we're undergoing a deep psychological and spiritual transformation. There's going to be some purging. There's going to be some purging. It can get very emotional. Especially when you're having to let go of some things that you've been trying to hold on to, or you've been some things that have been attaching themselves to you, preventing you from being able to be the very best version of yourself, are being relinquished, and you're going to feel a sense of freedom that you never felt before, or you haven't felt in such a long time. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be emotional. Think about it. Somebody who has been incarcerated for many, many, many years, finally getting the news that they're getting out and they weren't even expecting to. It's emotional, isn't it? So don't be caught off guard. Don't worry about that. Don't be off put because of that. Just allow yourself to go through that process. Allow yourself to be a part of, to be in tune with it, to be one with it, so that you can continue to move with the flow. And realize that you are supported with this energy. It is also a time of letting go old patterns and behaviors that no longer serve you, and embracing your power and your potential. We have to purge. It's a great time to purge. Some of us been hoarding some stuff that, man, we had some great memories and fond memories to them, but yet it does not serve us. We holding on to some people, some places, some things that no longer serve our interests, but yet we're wondering why we're gaining weight. We're wondering why we're feeling overwhelmed. We're wondering why we're carrying this backpack of all this stuff that keeps slowing us down and preventing us from progressing. We're wondering why we have this cord that's attached to us that every time we take a few steps forward is yanking us back. We're wondering why we feel like we're a crab in a barrel, and every time we get to the top or we approach the top, something pulls us back down. It's because we're holding on to some things, some old patterns, belief systems, ideologies, philosophies, people, places, and things that no longer serve us. So now, make the conscious decision to let it go. This is the time to do that. And by doing so, now you're going to tap into a power and a potential that you've only been hoping for. Hope no more. The time is here. I'll say it again. Hope no more. The time is here. Now, with this new moon being in Aries, and actually this is really the second new moon this month, coincidentally. This is actually the second new moon this month. Now, some of you say, well, we're going to Taurus because the 20th starts Taurus. Well, this is that transitioning point when you say that we're on the verge of Taurus and Aries and Taurus energy. We call it the cuff. It's still Aries. So with this new moon being in Aries and combined with the solar eclipse, it also provides us with a strong urge to take action and pursue our passion and goals. Don't deny the urge. Please do not deny the urge. Do not ignore the urge. Jump, leap, and trust the process. It's time to be bold. It's time to be assertive. It's time to be confident in your abilities. So many of you are working. I've heard so many conversations about people who are working a job, a job, just over broke, and wish that they could do what they were passionate about, but didn't feel they had the support. I'm here to tell you, you have it now. You have it now. Utilize it. Utilize this energy that is here to springboard you, that is here to launch you into your passion, into your purpose, and into your dreams, to your ambition, your goals, to be having the ability to fulfill your desires. Don't sleep on it. Utilize it now. Now, overall, this astrological implications of the solar eclipse and new moon in April, today the 19th, 20th, depending where you are across the world, suggests that it's a time of transformation, growth, and empowerment. It's an excellent opportunity to set intentions and make positive changes in our lives. But it may also require us to be very open to the unexpected shifts and embrace our inner power and potential. So what does that mean for you? I need for you to do me a favor. If only just for the next day or two or next 9 days, I need you to stop looking outside of you for help. I need you to stop looking outside of you for your power, for your confidence, for your validation. If only for the next couple of days, 9 days at the most. If you can look inside of you for your own power, to be your own superhero, to validate yourself, whether through affirmations, whether through journal writing, through prayer, whatever you need to do, to tap into that power, because you do understand that you're created in the image and reflection thereof, right? So why in the world are you looking for something outside of the image and reflection if it's within you? I'm just saying. Doesn't make too much sense to do that, does it? Some people say, well, now that you say it like that, yeah, it really don't make too much sense at all. So tap in, tune in, go inside. That's where your power lies. That's where your confidence lies. That's where your dream, your vision lies. That's where your genius lies, within you. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world. You're just the most resourceful in who you are, on the gifts that you have. Nobody does it better. Nobody can serve in the capacity that you're serving in a better way than you have. So tap in. Tap in. Overall, the implications of the solar eclipse and the new moon in April suggest that it's time for transformation, growth, and empowerment. It is an excellent opportunity to set the intentions and make positive changes in our lives. But it may also require us to be open to unexpected shifts and embrace our inner power and potential. Now, the energy of the April, let me get here to my little banners. First question. What are the astrological implications of the solar eclipse and new moon on April the 19th, 2023? You may ask. What are they? Well, let's answer that question. Um, the energy of the 2023, we just talked about it. We just talked about that. How it is time to be bold, assertive, confident in your abilities. It's an opportunity for you to let go of old patterns and behaviors that no longer serve you, and that gives you the ability and the opportunity to embrace your power and your potential. Okay? How can we use this energy to set intentions and manifest transformation in your life, you may ask? Well, the energy of the solar eclipse and the new moon can be harnessed to set intentions and manifest transformation into our lives. Here are a couple of ways we can do that. The first and most and very important is to set clear intentions. We must set clear intentions. Now, what do you mean by that? What do I mean by that? It means to take time to reflect on what you want to manifest. Take time to reflect on what you want to manifest in your life. Write your intentions down, make it clear, and make it concise. Visualize yourself already having achieved your desired outcomes and feel the emotions associated with it. For me, a New York Times bestselling author. Yeah, I can see it. I can feel it. I can taste it. I can smell it. What about you? Another thing, I desire to buy a house. I've already seen it. I already visualized myself living in it, walking the grounds, in every room, knowing the activities that are participating in that space, swimming in the swimming pool. Very intentional about it. Driving into the driveway, parking in the garages. What cars will be in the garage? What does it sound like to see the car garage go up and go down? The kitchen, eating in the kitchen, food being cooked, how it's being prepared, how it's being served. What it feels like to sit in the kitchen and enjoy a meal or a snack. Set very clear intentions. Write it down. Write it down. And this is important for every new moon period, but especially this one. Make your intentions clear. Feel what it means to be connected to these intentions. Secondly, engage in meditative practices. You say, practices? Is there more than one meditative practice? Yeah, there is. You can mindfulness, which means being present, being right here as everything is happening, experiencing everything that's happening, being mindful of the food that you place into your mouth, being mindful of the breath that you take, being mindful of your movement that you make, just being present right here, right now. As you're touching something, what does it feel like to touch it instead of just touching it and moving on? As you're thinking a thought, what does it feel like to have that thought? As you're walking, what does it feel like to walk? What does it feel like the blood to move through your veins? How does it feel for the muscles to bulge, the muscles to contract? How does that feel? How does your heart rate feel? What does your breathing feel like? What does it sound like? What thoughts are going through your mind as you're participating in that walk? That's being mindful. Another meditative practice is yoga. Stretching you out, getting limber, becoming still, finding balance internally, or just simple breath work to help you calm the mind and connect with your inner self. This can help you to focus on your energy and intention on your goals, to be very intentional. Third, is performing rituals and ceremonies. Now, in our private chat, we were talking about that earlier, and I said today is not the day for that. Usually on new moons, you want to have your rituals and ceremonies. You want to align your intentions with your rituals and your ceremonies. For instance, you can light a candle and say a prayer or a mantra that represents your intention. You also could create an altar or a sacred space where you can focus your energy and attention, where you can write it down, fold it up, put it somewhere safe, somewhere sacred. But since this is coupled with an eclipse, we ask that for the next 9 days that you do not perform any rituals. For the next 9 days, do not perform any rituals. After that 9 days, then you can place your ritual in place. Now, does that mean that you cannot be intentional and write down your intentions? No, it does not mean that. Still be intentional. Write your intentions down, because this is the energy of manifestation. This is the energy of transformation. Write your intentions down. Just don't perform any rituals attached with that space. Don't attach any rituals with that space. Okay. Also, be action oriented. Take action. The energy of the solar eclipse and new moon can help you to take bold and decisive action towards your goals. Take small steps towards your desired outcome every day. See, what the mistake that we make is we have this lofty goal and we try to we try to eat the elephant at one time. And bad analogy, I know, because who wants to eat an elephant? I don't. It's my favorite animal. But I use that because elephant is a gigantic animal. You can't eat it all at one bite. You have to take one bite at a time, multiple bites. So instead of trying to fulfill the entirety of our vision, our goals, our ambitions, our desires in one time, at one bite, in one setting, take small calculated steps. Then you will also get the opportunity to reap the benefits and to truly celebrate your successes just by taking those small steps. So, and then trust that the universe will support you in manifesting your intentions. You're not alone. You're not alone. The energy is supporting you now. Not only the energy is supporting you, but your guardian angels are there to support you. The universe is supporting you. Your guardian angels are supporting you. Your righteous ancestors are supporting you. You're not alone. Tap into the resources and the support that is available to you in this moment. Know what your genius is and stay focused on what you're great at and what you can provide in this space. And allow yourself to be supported along the way for the other things. For it's not just all on you. And fifth, release what no longer serves you. Let it go. What's that song the kids used to like to sing? Elsa, whatever that I forgot the name of the movie with Elsa and it says, let it go. Let it go. You got to let things go. If it doesn't serve you, if it doesn't support you, let it go. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's people, places, or things, whether it's an article of clothing, paperwork in your house, let it go. Many of us are walking around with so much chaos. We're so cool with being in chaos that we've created this space of controlled chaos, and that's how we operate until it's unable to be controlled. Then we're overwhelmed. Let the chaos go. If it doesn't support you, say bye-bye. So overall, by setting clear intentions, engaging with meditative practices and performing ritual and taking actions and releasing what no longer serves you, You can use the energy of the solar eclipse and the new moon to manifest transformation in your life. Remember to trust the universe and have faith that your intentions and your manifestations, have intentions that your and have faith that your intentions will manifest in divine timing. Because it will. It already is. It's just waiting for you to play your role, to play your part. Now, let's talk about the significance. Let's talk about the significance of this cosmic event in terms of our collective consciousness. Uh, this, in combination with this solar eclipse in this new moon that's in Aries, in the conjunction partnership with Uranus, we talked about that earlier. What is Uranus? What does Uranus represent again? Do you remember? Anyone? See anybody's paying attention? What does Uranus represent again? It is the planet of what? Put it in the chat anytime you're ready to answer the question. Because we talked about Uranus and Pluto, remember? So I'll give you a hint. Pluto is the power, is about power, transformation, and rebirth. What is Uranus? All right, I'll tell you. It's the planet of change, of revolution, and sudden insights. Like aha moments. That's Uranus. Planet of change, revolution, and sudden insight. So don't be surprised if some uprisings happen. Some people turn against the tide. It's like, nope, we're not doing that anymore. Nope, we're not interested. Nope, we're not following the train. Nope, we're getting off right here. You're doing too much. I'm not interested. Bye-bye. You're on your own. Don't be surprised. You start seeing that happening around you. Don't be surprised. I'll tell you, I said so. So, with that being the case, it suggests that we're entering a time of profound change and transformation in our collective consciousness. I'll say that again. With this partnership with the solar eclipse and the new moon in Aries partnering with the energy of the planet Uranus, suggests that we're entering a time of profound change and transformation in our collective consciousness. So let's look at this for a moment. What's the collective conscious exhibiting prior to this moment? It's been a consciousness of divisiveness, of warring, of agitation, of false narratives, fake news. All this it's been a collective consciousness of chaos. All this has been occurring up to this moment. That's being rerouted. That's being shifted. Why? Because Uranus is the planet of revolution, of innovation, of new ideas. People want something new. They're tired of being fed the same old narratives. They want something new, something inviting, something inclusive, something that represents the entirety of society and not just the single sect, a singular sect. And so, be prepared to see this. Be prepared to make a contribution to this energy, to this moment, to this partnership. It indicates that there may be sudden and unexpected shifts in the way we think, the way we communicate, and relate to each other as a society. Is it possible that, in the honorable words of the LA beating victim, is it possible that we can all just get along? Is it possible that we can all just get along? Now, the square aspect with Pluto also suggests that there's a time of deep transformation and change in our collective consciousness. Not just a transformation, but a deep transformation, because there's some stuff that's deeply rooted that needs to be pulled out, that needs to be removed, so that we can live, we can really see some beauty and reap a harvest, a bountiful harvest that is not invaded by the weeds. Currently, we have a lot of weeds that are invading our consciousness, that are invading our society, that has us to buy in and believe a narrative that is false, just so that they could win. I'm here to share with you today, those weeds are being removed. As we're entering into this space, as we're in the space of spring, this is a resurrection period. This is a new renewing period. When we look at farming and vegetation, the leaves are growing, the flowers are blooming again. This is a space of renewal. So with that being the case, see this happening. Be prepared for this. The deep transformation and the change in our collective consciousness. A deep transformation and a change in our collective consciousness. I'm going to say it one more time. A deep transformation and a change in our collective consciousness. This aspect can trigger intense emotions and bring to the surface issues and conflicts that have been buried deep into our collective psyche. It's an opportunity to comfort and heal these issues, allowing for the growth and evolution in our collective consciousness. Come on, man. I know you've seen it. They're banning books again. They're trying to prevent the truth from being shared about a whole demographic of people, just so that they can feel empowered. That is being eradicated. That is being changed. That no longer can exist in our collective society. And the energy that is expelling that is existing after midnight tonight, Eastern Standard Time, for the next 9 days. Mark my words right now. At 9:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 19th of April, 2023, I've informed you, I've shared with you what's about to happen. What is in the process, what is happening underneath the scenes that's bubbling to the surface. I've gave you warning. I've given you insight. Don't be late to the party. Participate. Don't just witness. Our society depends on you being present. So overall, the significance of this solar eclipse and this new moon in terms of our collective consciousness is that it represents a time of change and transformation, a time to comfort and heal deep-seated issues. There's some deep-seated issues that's happening in our world, especially in our country. There's a divide that's happening between genders. We need each other, but yet we have a hard time dealing with each other. We can't stand each other. We find the need to vilify the other. Race is a deep-seated issue that needs to be dealt with instead of ignored. Criminality is a deep-seated issue that needs to be dealt with instead of ignored. Police brutality is a deep-seated issue that needs to be realized and dealt with instead of ignored. Disenfranchisement is a deep-seated issue that needs to be dealt with instead of ignored. These power mongers, power-hungry individuals who say they're advocating and representing on our behalf, but they're only doing things in their own ambition, utilizing their ego, which means what? EGO, as in God out. is changing. It's changing. It's a time to embrace new ideas and ways of thinking. We here at One Transformation Center like to think that we're catalysts of that. Thinking outside the box, seeing things from a different perspective, find that mutually beneficial resolution in everything. This is a call to action to take responsibility for our collective well-being. Please hear that. Please receive that. This is a call to action to take collective responsibility for our well-being. Collectively, not just individually, but collectively, and to work towards positive change in our communities and in the world. We can do it. The energy is here for us to be supported in this space. It's up to us to show up, to be present, and to contribute our genius, to honor the soul contract that we made before we came into this physical existence, to remember that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. This is our moment. Don't sit back on your hands and wait for somebody else to show up and to do what it is that you have the sole responsibility to participate, to execute. Without you, there is a blemish, there's a lack, there is a void. Please fill the void. Next, what are the potential emotional and psychological effects of this event on individuals and society as a whole? Well, let's talk about that. We've already talked about a little bit of it. We talked about there's going to be some intense emotions, but let's elaborate it a little more. Because of the partnership and the square aspect with Pluto, it's going to trigger some intense emotions. Individuals may experience feelings of anxiety, fear, or uncertainty. And this can lead to a deeper exploration of the self and greater awareness of our inner desires and motivations. Because instead of like we used to do before, plant our head in soil, in the dirt, and try to ignore these feelings, hope that they would go away, we're going to be charged with this power, this energy of assertiveness to deal with them, to face them, and to remember who we are. No more false evidence appearing real. We're going to see the things and see these illusions and realize who we are in the midst of them and that they have no power over us, and yet they will springboard us into being the very best versions of ourselves, into our greater transformation, into the greater actualization of our power. We're not going to depend on anybody else to advocate for us, to be our voice, to be the power that we need. We will be our own power. We'll be our own advocates. We're no longer going to need anybody to motivate us. Our motivation is going to come from within. So yes, there will be some intense emotions, but it's not about what exists. It's about how you look at it, what's your perception of it, and how you deal with it. Use the energy of this period for the next 9 days. Use this energy to surge you, to push you beyond your emotions. Do not allow yourself to be controlled or enslaved by your emotions. Let them launch you into the truth of who you are, into your inexplicable power, your limitless power. Let them give you permission to explore your desires and to manifest what it is that you truly and ultimately desire. Be not delayed. Be not delayed. The second impact or effect is self-awareness and self-discovery. Self-awareness and self-discovery. Now, this transformative energy of the solar eclipse and a new moon can bring a heightened sense of self-awareness and self-discovery. Individuals may feel stronger connections to their inner selves, leading to greater clarity about their values, goals, and purpose in life. So what is this saying to me? What I hear when I read this to you, when I stated this, what I'm hearing in this statement is that this energy of this event is going to surge us to getting a true perspective and a true perception of our own moral compass, to set our own moral compass, to establish, not just as an individual, but also society in general, to really reestablish values. And if you know, like I know, if you've really been awakened to what's going on right now, you can see that there really is no sense of moral compass. There really aren't any values. Honestly, there's no goals. We don't have any leaders out here who are putting together any visions and goals. They're just talking in circles. They're advocating on emotion. They're creating victim stories. In order to you buy into being a narrative of being a victim, which you cannot be a victim and victorious at the same time. So this is being set aside because this energy is giving you greater clarity on your morals, your values, your goals, and your purpose in life. Giving you greater clarity. So many of you have been asking, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? What is my purpose? The reason you've been asking what your purpose is because you've been disconnected. You've been disconnected from source, and source is where your purpose lies. Inside is where your purpose lies. But yet, because you've been disconnected, you've been focusing on things outside of yourself, you can't see what's inside, where all the answers lie. Thirdly, innovation and creativity. This is going to spawn innovation and creativity in a way that we're going to look back and it's like, wow, we did that. Absolutely. So in conjunction with Uranus, we're going to spark some new ideas and innovations, leading to greater creativity and problem-solving skills. We have the opportunity to solve some of our greatest challenges with this energy. We have an opportunity to be the solutions, with this energy, with this time. And society as a whole may experience a surge in new technologies, ideas, and ways of thinking that can lead to positive changes in our communities and the world. Next, confrontation of deep-seated issues. Confrontation of deep-seated issues. The transformative energy of the solar eclipse and new moon may bring to the surface some deep-seated issues. We talked about this. And conflicts that have been buried within society. You know that saying, what's done in the dark will come to the light? Yeah, some people's feelings are about to get hurt in a major way. They've been trying to demoralize and to minimize and mitigate and strip the power and create this power vacuum by stripping the power and the privilege away from individuals or certain demographics. On the left and the right, they're about to get a rude awakening. They are getting ready to get a rude awakening. And I'm here for it. But this is going to be, this time of for confronting and healing some of these issues. Because there's been some things we've been trying to bury and they can't be buried any longer. And this could be a time for confronting and healing these issues, leading to a greater sense of collective healing and growth. Next effect, impact, emotional and psychological impact, is empowerment. This is a time of taking bold action and embracing our power and potential. Some of us have been wanting to jump, but yet haven't had the courage to do so. This is your time. Know that when you jump, you will fly. You're supported. This is the time. I'm smiling because there's this big jump I've been wanting to make, 2 big jumps. I've been waiting for the right time, the right energy for them. I know that now is those times and that energy, and I'm going to jump. Really, 3 of them, as a matter of fact, 3 of them. And I'm going to take full advantage of this energy and leap further than I've ever leaped before, without the regards if I fall, because I know that I'm supported. You know, there's a quote by, and I'm going to paraphrase it, by Les Brown. He said, "Reach for the moon, for if you fail, you'll land amongst the stars." That's the energy that we must have today. That's the courage that we must have today. It's to leap for the moon, knowing that if we fail, we will land amongst the stars. Meaning, regardless, you win. Regardless, you win. So overall, the potential emotional and psychological effects for this solar eclipse, it's April 2023 solar eclipse and new moon, are wide-ranging and can vary different depending on the individual and societal context. It is important to approach this event with an open mind and willingness to embrace change and transformation, both on personal and collective level. Both on a personal and collective level. Now, you may be asking, how can we prepare ourselves for this energetic shift occurring at this time? How can we prepare ourselves? Well, here's some ways that you can do so. One is by remaining aware. Remember I said mindfulness earlier? Being present. By increasing your awareness, it will help you to be prepared. Okay? So one of the most important ways to prepare ourselves to be aware of the potential energetic shifts that occur at this time is by knowing what to expect. We can be better equipped to handle any changes that may arise. That's the reason I'm doing this stream tonight, because I want you to be prepared. There's an old saying that said, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You know, Oprah said that the definition of success is when opportunity meets preparation. Here's the opportunity for success to occur. You just have to be prepared. Opportunity is here, but are you prepared? And that's why awareness is important. Okay? Second way that we can prepare ourselves is through meditation and mindfulness. Practicing meditation and mindfulness can help us to stay centered and grounded during this time of change and transformation. The worst thing that you can do right now is feel flighty. It's the worst thing you could do. That means you're disconnected. You're all over the place. You're not able to really tap into the fullness of the energy that's here to support you in this moment. So allow yourself to fully engage so that you can show up in your full potential and not a limited space. Okay? The next thing to do is, and also make sure that you're clear. You're clear about your intentions. You're clear about your goals. I can't say that enough. Clarity is super important. Know what you're asking for. Know what your intentions are. Make sure it's clear so that you can receive the support that you really desire, not get something in return, like, well, I really didn't want that, but I appreciate it, but I really didn't want it. I didn't need your help in that way. I really needed it this way. Well, that's not what you said. So be very clear. Be very clear in your prayers, in your petitions. Be very clear in your requests of yourself and in others. Be very clear. Be very clear. Self-reflection is also essential way that we can prepare ourselves for this time, for this energy. By taking time for self-reflection can help us to identify any areas of ourselves that may need attention and healing. Remember, this is the time for healing, folks. You got to be honest with yourself and be able to look yourself and deal with the stuff that shows up. There's nothing worse than walking around with an open wound. You can get infected. You're in a constant state of pain. Anything can happen with this open wound. Treat it so that it does not complicate your situations. It doesn't make things harder than they need to be. Your treatment can involve journaling, engaging in creative activities, or seeking support from a therapist or a counselor, or maybe even a coach. Next, can't say it enough. Release and let go. Release and let go. The solar eclipse and the new moon are a powerful time for releasing and letting go of anything that no longer supports you. This can involve letting go of old patterns, habits, relationships, or beliefs that may be holding you back. And next, set intentions. We keep saying some of this stuff is repetitive, and it's repetitive for a reason, because we need you to get it. We need you to get the understanding. In all thy getting, get an understanding. Setting intentions. Setting clear intentions for what you want to manifest in your life can help you to focus your energy and align your actions with your goals. This involves creating a vision board, writing affirmations, or engaging in other manifestation practices. Be intentional. Set intentions. Get your pen and pad out tonight and set the intentions. It is my intention that. And also, here's another way that you can prepare yourself. Connection with nature. Spending time in nature can help you to connect with the natural rhythms of the earth and gain a sense of perspective and grounding. This can involve just going for walks, practicing yoga outdoors, or simply spending time in a park or a garden. I like to go outside personally and put my bare feet into the grass to ground myself, to connect myself, to feel those natural rhythms of the earth. I like to go over and hug my big old oak tree. I like to go and hug it and love on it and get grounded with it and give thanks for its reflection that it shows me of what it means to be deeply rooted. For something to be around and to be so big, as big as it is, it means it's been around for a long time. There's lessons that I can learn from that. Remember I said being aware? That's a part of awareness. Getting lessons from things that are around you instead of thinking that you're the smartest person in the room, smartest thing in the room. But overall, just preparing for these energetic shifts may occur between the April 2023 solar eclipse and the new moon. It involves cultivating self-awareness, mindfulness, and a willingness to embrace change and transformation. By taking these steps, we can harness the powerful energy of this cosmic events and manifest positive changes in our lives and in the world around us. Now, there's one that I didn't talk about. What practices, rituals, or ceremonies can we engage in to honor and work with this energy? The answer is none. None for the first 9 days. Don't do anything. Because of the eclipse, don't do anything. Don't do anything for the first 9 days. After these 9 days, then you can participate in your ceremonies and your rituals, your altars, whatever the case may be, after the first 9 days. But for these first 9 days, just be attentive, be aware, be intentional. Yes, you can write out your intentions. You can do that. But no candle work, none of that stuff. Just be present. Just be present. And allow yourself to become one with this energy and listen. Be in tune with your inner self, with your divine self. Be in tune with the Creator. Be in tune with nature. Be in tune with your guardian angels. Be in tune with your ancestors, your righteous ancestors. That way you can get the insight that you need in order to go forward and to seize this energy in its entirety. All right, so we're finally here. What will this impact? How will this event impact the rising zodiac signs? Well, if you're in Aries like myself, oh my goodness, this is potent, it's powerful. Powerful. This is leading to a greater sense of self-discovery and personal growth, Aries. There may be a focus on career and ambition with opportunities for success and recognition. Seize the energy, Aries. This is huge for you. Those with a Taurus rising sign, meaning that your birth is in the month of, at the last portion of April and the first half of May. This energy is bringing changes to relationships and partners. It's bringing changes to relationships and partnerships, Tauruses. There may be a focus on intimacy, commitment, and shared resources. I'll say that again. There'll be a focus on intimacy, commitment, and shared resources. This is going to bring about significant change to relationships and partnerships. Gemini, this is great for you as well. This energy is going to bring about, it's working towards your daily routine and work life. It's focused on your daily routine and work life. There will be a focus on health and wellness. I'll say that again. There will be a focus on health and wellness, as well as a desire for greater productivity and efficiency. You're going to desire to be more productive, be more efficient during this time, but also pay close attention to your health and wellness. Find balance at the sun. For those with the Cancer rising sign, this energy is going to bring about changes to creative projects, children, and romantic relationships. Cancers. It's going to bring changes to creative projects, children, and or romantic relationships. There may be a focus on self-expression, joy, and pleasure during this energy. So look out for that. Be very attentive to your creative projects, the children that are around you, whether they're yours or someone else's. and the potentiality for romantic relationships. This energy is going to bring about a significant focus on self-expression. It's going to have heightened joy and pleasure. Enjoy. For those with Leo rising, focus is going to be on your home and family life, Leos. The focus should be on your home and your family life. And there also needs to be a focus on emotional healing, family dynamics, and changing to living situation, living arrangements. So what's that mean? There's some emotional healing that needs to happen in your family, in your home and family life. There's some family dynamics that need to be set right. And there's some changes that are going to occur to your living arrangements. But I want you to understand that it's all happening for your good. This is all happening for your good. So embrace it. Virgos. Virgo rising. We're looking at the focus. This is going to bring about change to your communication style and your social life. I don't know what your social life looks like right now, what your communication style is right currently. However, there's a focus on networking, on learning, on sharing ideas. So prepare yourself to bring about, to network greater, to be available to learning new things and new opportunities for learning and for the sharing of ideas. It's very essential in this time of innovation. Libra rising. Libra rising. Libra, it's about your finances and your values. I laugh at that because I have a daughter who's a Libra, and boy, that little girl is so tight with her money. There may be a focus on money management, savings, and investments. She's all about that. The 16-year-old self is all about that. She's thinking 2 years down the road on her money situation. I'm proud of her for it. But at the same time, I told her to be present too. Stay present. But yeah, that's what's going to happen for the Libras. Be a focus on money management, savings, and investments. Tap in. You can really compound your interest. You can really make some good money in this time by making some smart investments. Make sure you're also focusing on your values as well. Scorpio rising. It's going to bring about some changes to your identity. Really big period for personal growth. There's going to be a focus on self-awareness, self-discovery, and personal transformation. Seize that. You have the opportunity to grow and to expound into something more significant than you currently are. To really get a great sense of understanding of who you are and the power that lies within you and the significance that you can make upon everything and everyone around you. So seize this moment, seize this time to go inside and really expand your personal self. Sagittarius rising. See, look, all three of these are my kids. Sagittarius rising. Sagittarius, oh boy. Spiritual life and inner world. You have this desire to get more connected, deeper connected to who you are spiritually and who your spiritual person is, the spiritual man or woman is. You're going to really, it's going to seem like you're going to become reclusive because you're really going to tap in and really desire to go deep within the essence of who you are, which is perfect for this energy of transformation. There's going to be a real focus on meditation, on self-reflection, and explore deeper spiritual and philosophical beliefs and ideologies. Seize this energy. You're better for it. Capricorns. Capricorns, it's going to bring some changes to your social life and community involvement. This is a great time for you to focus on activism and collaboration and social responsibility. Your voice, your energy is needed in these spaces. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, it's time for you to become active about it, to really build some strong collaborative relationships, and especially centered around social responsibility. So the energy is there for you to move in a magnanimous way. So if you're being pulled in that space, accept the call. Accept the call. I promise you, it's not collect, accept it. And you will see some magnificent occurrences, experiences being hatched from that space. We need you to show up. Aquarius rising. Aquarius, this is about, there's going to be a real focus on the rising career and public image. If there's a career that you've been pursuing or you've been involved with and you want to see yourself grow in that space, this is the time to do so. So whatever it is that you're holding on to, whatever ideologies, ideas, philosophies, whatever you're holding on to that doesn't serve you, that's been getting there's some things that you're holding on to that no longer serve you, and that's preventing you from being able to really realize your potential, the opportunity that's before you. So whatever you're holding on to, whatever you're thinking that you can control while still emerging, you can't. You got to let one of them go. You have to let one of them go. Just make sure you make the right decision. But yeah, there's going to be a focus on professional growth, recognition, and achievement. But please do not stunt your growth because you're trying to hold on to something else that doesn't help you, that doesn't allow you to singly focus on personal growth, professional growth, recognition, and achievement. Let the rest of it go. You got to let it go. If not, you're not going to be able to realize the full potential, the full opportunity that you're being positioned in right now. You're going to see yourself not get overlooked. You're going to see yourself get overlooked for promotions and raises and opportunity and recognition. Others getting recognition for work that you did, for not being able to realize your certain achievements. But if you let go of the stuff of the past, stuff that no longer serves you, stuff that you cannot control, and focus on allowing yourself to fully progress professionally, you'll reap significant rewards. Significant. I feel like there's somebody out there right now who's been holding on to the idea of of something else being their source or their blessing coming from somewhere else outside of their profession. I need you to let that go. If you do not, you will not be able to realize the true potential, the very essence, the fullness of what's available for you professionally. Pisces. Pisces, there is this thing about higher education and travel plans for you right now. Higher education and travel plans. Sounds like you need to, in some capacity, one way or another, traditionally or non-traditionally, to increase your educational goals. To increase your educational goals, to tap into gaining more insight in education, and enjoy traveling as well. There's a focus on expanding horizons, pursuing new experiences, and exploring different cultures. Seize that time. Make time for these things to be realized. And I promise you, you have a fulfilling experience. You definitely will. All right, well, that's it for the rising signs, the rising zodiac signs, on how they are being benefited during this time. At this moment, this is when we move into our Ask Sameon phase. Feel free to come into the stream. I'll drop the link again because it's been a while ago. Well, it's still in the chat, actually. Come into the stream and let's discuss any pressing issues that are affecting you. Or maybe you have some questions about what we discussed this evening. You want greater clarity. And so this is the opportunity to do so. In the meantime, let's take a moment to like and share the stream. Take a moment to like and share the stream. Comment as well. And I invite you to check out our other social media spaces. At One Transformation Center on Facebook, on IG, and YouTube. And if you want to engage with me personally, you can go to Sameon Crumby Jr. on all those 3 platforms as well. Or you can go to Twitter at OTC Atlanta, Transformation Center Atlanta, and put in there Transformative Conversation hashtag. Let us know that you were there. Give us some insight on what you thought about the show tonight. What you guys think? Did this help you any? Did this position you so that you can take full advantage, truly tap into the power that exists in this cosmic event that's happening in a matter of 3 hours? I want to engage with you on social media and let me know what you thought about it. How was it for you? What did you witness? You saw it transforming. Did you see the shadows? Did you witness it? And also, what are you feeling? What's going on inside of you right now? Let's have this conversation. Also, take a moment. If you feel free to support the broadcast with a donation via Giveify. Go to Giveify.com and just query One Transformation Center. Or you can send a cash app to Sameon Crumby Jr., Sameon Crumby Jr. Anything that you contribute is greatly appreciated. It goes back into the stream, goes back into what we offer to you. We're grateful to be of service. We're grateful to be of service. If there are no questions, you can always leave questions in the chat. I'll answer them later. I'll see them when it pops up on my phone. But if there's any questions in this live, we thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday for the next Transformative Conversation stream. And as a little housekeeping, tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll have the morning manifestation sessions, which are every weekday at 6 a.m. and weekends at 8 a.m. I look forward to having you join us. And if you missed any part of this stream, feel free to go back to the YouTube channel. The replay is there. Check it out. Let us know. Share with other people. We thank you in advance. And as a reminder, continue to be the change you desire to see. Continue to be the change you desire to see. We love you. Until next time, be great.